La Yashala. Amadium, which means to stand. Wapanya Hakwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're starting off with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malapaka, Taba'a, Ratazah, Kahaya, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nadanlanawa, Lakam, Kao, Yawam, Masalakanawa, Kawab Wapnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawab Wapyanawa, Wala'a, Tabayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wahatapara, La'awalamyam, Aman. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakat, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Baba Kasha, Nathan Lanawa, Hakat, Hakat, La Rapa'ah, Kal Makalah, wa Kal Marawa, Hakat, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakat, La Hakwim, Hamathium, Hakat, Awakawaf, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shan, by Hashem Yahushai, the Wada Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Al Yatan, Lamawats, Regalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tizalka, Al Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakayaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabaatka, Maita, Wa'aida, Walama, Man. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damiyalaka, Al Fakarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Hawayabika, Yahama Yawan, Wama Shanayaka, Naashwa, Raash, Al Amaka, Yamayamwa, Sawad, Wayatayai Tazawa, Al Tazap Pawanyaka, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakita, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yashala, Aiwad, Kaya, Nawai Tazawa, Lab, Yakadwa, Auyaka, Barya, Yakarafwa, Ahawya, Adawam, Wayashamayam, Mawaba, Wahagaryam, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalat, Palashap, I'm Yashabia, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadium, Kasayasara, Kayabia, Badakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayandara, Hayawa, Daman, La Dama, Shayatama, Nadiyamawa, Kairab, Wakazaba, Wakazabat, Wakatazamanai, Kau Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Omawa, Naya Rashau, Lanawa, Af, Nawaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatama, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Kaash, Tabaar Yara, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Aryam, Khan, Theradatma, Basaarka, Wabasawapaka, Dabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabaawa, Idi, Wayakaparwa, Wayadabab, Salaki, Wayabadwood, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labatka, Al, Yawan, Al, Kalha, Rataza, Aman. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Areb, and like Zed. Yea, all their princes as Zabah, and as Zamunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, and as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Mayaka'ala, Wa Alahayim, Matazabia, Alawap Yahana, Halawapim, Hasaranyim, Hakatazayanyim, Hakayayayim, Wahakwakin, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. In English, bless you Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Waha, Bayat Saparim, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Hagan, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. What we just said was, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Prayer of the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, posse comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshabia, which means to be seated. And we're going to be picking up where we left off last week in the book of Numbers. Salakia. All right. Numbers. What's that? Numbers 33, starting at verse 26 in the Hebrew. As soon as I get it open, here we go. Numbers chapter 33, verse 26 in the Hebrew. Wayasa'ayawa, Mamakwa Halaf, Wayakanawa, Wayakanawa, but the Kath, Salaki. Verse 27. Wayasa'ayawa, Matakath, Wayakanawa, Bata Rakah. Verse 28. Wayasa'ayawa, Matarakah, Wayakanawa, Bamatakwa. Verse 29. Wayasa'ayawa, Mamatakwa, Wayakanawa, what Baka Shamana. Verse 30. Let's see where I stop. Verse 30. Wayasa'ayawa, Makashamana, Wayakanawa, Bamasara Wath. Verse 31. Wayasa'ayawa, Mamasara Wath, Wayakanawa, Babanaya, Aikwan. Or is it what? Aikwana. Or is it Aikwan? Verse 32. Wayasa'ayawa, Mabanya, Aikwan, Wayakanawa, Bakar, Hagadagar. All right, a second. All right, in the English. Numbers chapter 32, verse 26. And they removed far from Makahalath and encamped in Tahat. And they departed from Tahat and pitched in Terah. Verse 28. And they removed from Terah and pitched in Mithkah. Verse 29. And they went from Mithkah and pitched in Hashemona. Verse 30. And they departed from Hashemona and encamped at Mozarath. Verse 31. And they departed from Mozarath and pitched in Ben-Nejakan. Verse 32. And they removed from Ben-Nejakan and encamped at Horhagad. All right. Numbers chapter 33, verse 33 in the Hebrew. Wayasa'ayawa, Makar, Hagahadar, Hagadgar, Wayakanawa, Bayatabath. Verse 34. Wayasa'ayawa, Mayatabath, Wayakanawa, Ba'ai Barana. Verse 35. Waya Sa'ayawa, Ma'ai Barana, Salaki, Ma'ai Barana, Waya Kanawa, Ba'ai Taza Yawan, Ba'ai Taza Yawan, Gabar, Gabar, verse 36. Waya Sa'ayawa, Ma'ai Taza Yawan, Ma'ai Taza Yawan, Ma'ai Taza Yawan, Gabar, Waya Kanawa, Bama Dabar, Tazawan, Hana'a, Kodash, verse 37. Waya Sa'ayawa, Makodash, Waya Kanawa, Bahar, Hahar, Bakutazaha, Rataza, Adawam, Edom. Verse 38. Waya Al, Aharan, Hakahan, Al, Hahar, Al, Payah, Yahweh, Wayamath, Sham, Bashanath, Ha'arabayim, Ha'arab Ayam, Latazaath, Banya, Yasha'ala, Ma'arataza, Matazarayam, Matarazayam, Bakarash, Hakamayashia, Ba'akad, Lakadash, verse 39. I'm stopping there. Yeah, this last verse. Verse 39. Haran, Ban, Shalash, Wa'aisharayam, Wama'ath, Shana, Bamathan, Bahar, Hahar. In the English, Numbers chapter 33, verse 33. And they went from Hor-Hagad, Salakia, and pitched in Jabatha, verse 34. And they removed from Jabatha and encamped in Ebrana, verse 35. And they departed from Ebrana and encamped in Ezai on Gabber, verse 36. And they removed from Ezai on Gabber and pitched in the wilderness of Zin, which is Kadesh, verse 37. And they removed from Kadesh and pitched in Mount Hor, in the edge of the land of Edom, verse 38. And Aaron the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of the Most High, and died there in the 40th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the first day of the 5th month. Verse 39. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. All right. Numbers chapter 33, verse 40. In the Hebrew, Wayashamai Hakana'ai Naya Malak Irad, or is it Irada? I think it's Irad. I'm going to say Irada. Wa'a Yashab Banagab Barataza, Kana, Kana, Kana'ain, Baba'a, Banya, Yasha'ala, verse 41. Make sure I got that right. So it's going to bother me. Yeah, that was right. 41. Waya Sa'aiwa, Mahar, Hahar, Waya Kanawa, Batazala Mana, verse 42. Waya Sa'aiwa, Matazala Mana, Waya Kanawa, Bagapo Wanan, Bagapo Wan, Bagawa, Salaki, Baga, notice by, I don't know, Bapawan, verse 43. Wayasaiwa, Mapawanan, Wayakanawa, Ba'abath, yeah, Ba'abath, verse 44. Wayasaiwa, Ma'abath, Wayakanawa, Ba'aya, Ha'ibarium, Bagabaal, Mawab, verse 45. Wayasaiwa, Mayayam, Mayakanawa, Bada Yaban, Gar, verse 46. Wayasaiwa, Madayab, Madayabna, Gar, Wayakanawa, Nayakanawa, Ba'ailaman, Dabalath Yama. Alright, I think this. Alright, Numbers chapter 33, verse 40 in the English. And King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel, and they departed from Mount Hor and pitched in Zalmona. Verse 44. And they departed from Zalmona and pitched in Punan. And they departed from Punan and pitched in Obath. And they departed from Obath and pitched in Ijabarium in the border of Moab. And they departed from Eum and pitched in the Gad, verse 46. And they removed from the Gad and encamped in Alman the Balathium. Alright. Numbers chapter 33, verse 47 in the Hebrew. Wayasaiwa, Ma'ailaman, Dabalath Yaman, Salaki, Dabalath Yama, Waya Kanawa, Baharaya, Ha'ibarium, Laganya, Nabawa, verse 48. Wayasa Iowa, Maharaya, Ha'ibarium, Wayakanawa, Wayakanawa, Ba'irabath, Mawa'ab, I'll, Yaradan, Yarakan. Alright, verse 49. Shalom. Yabashim Shrakatah. Wayakanawa, I'll, Harayadan, Mabayath, Hayashamath, Ibal, Hashatayan, Hashatayan, Ba'irabath, Moab, verse 50. Alright. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Ba'irabath, Wa'irabath, Mawa'ab, Al, Yaradan, Yarakana, it's like Yarakawa. Yeah, Yarakawa, La'amar, verse 51. All right. Dabar, Al, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wa'amar, Ma'araf, Alaham, Kaya, Atham, Ibarayam, Af, Harayadan, Al, Arataza, Kana'ain, verse 52. Waharashatam, Ab, Kal, Yasha, Baya, Harataza, Hapana Yakam, Wa'abathum, Af, Kal, Masha Kayathum, Wa'af, Kal, Tazalamya, Masakathum, the Bathua, Wa'af, Kal, Bamathum, Dasha Mayadwa. All right, verse 33. All right. Rashatham, Ath, Harataza, Wayashabathum, Ba, Kaya, Lakam, Natha the Ya, Ah, Harataza, Lara Shath, Ath, Atha, yeah, Atha. That's in the English. Numbers chapter, let me go back. Numbers chapter 33, starting at verse 47 in the English. And they removed from Almon de Balathim and pitched in the mountains of Abram before Nebo, 48. And they departed from the mountains of Abram and pitched in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. Verse 49. And they pitched by Jordan from Beth Jesimoth even unto Abel Shittim in the plains of Moab, verse 50. And the Most High spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, 51. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan, verse 52, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quiet, so like you pluck down all their high places. Verse 53, and ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. Verse 50. Oh, that's it. So that's Israel coming, through all these, lands, and the Lord said He's gonna. In verse 53, He says, and ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and that's exactly how we're going to take the kingdom when Christ returns. You understand? It's not going to be, how they say in the Christian church, you're just not going to wonder you die and just wake up in heaven. You understand? And be floating on the cloud. Yahushua is going to come back, and there's going to be a war. There's going to be justice, and there's going to be vengeance for the children of Israel, those who obey and follow, the Most High God. You understand? And that's what the men in the Isupk and the Commanding General Hana teaches, man. That blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to repent. So one day we may have the kingdom of heaven. So our children will be safe. So our families will be safe. So our women will be safe. So we don't have to be oppressed anymore. We're going to take the kingdom of heaven. Unlike if you leave it up to your Christian pastors, you'll never get to heaven, because you'll never keep God's laws. And they think everyone's going to be in heaven holding hands, dancing around in circles, and eating baby back ribs after Sunday service. When that's not the issue, man. The Most High God is a man of war. And He told the children of Israel to go in and dispossess the inhabitants of the land so they can take the kingdom and have that land. And that's exactly what we're going to do when Christ returns, man. You understand? So we're going back to Numbers chapter 33, verse 54 in the Hebrew. And so bear with me. I'm learning this Hebrew. So, I'm trying to get through it. So you just follow as long as good as you could. As good as you can. Waha the hold on. Wahaf nakalathum ath harataza bagarawal lamasha pakath yakam larab dara bawa darabwa af nakalathwa wala ma'aita. It's like wala ma'aita. What is that? Wala ma'aita. I'm gonna say that. Wala ma'aita damayat. You know what I think is wala ma'ait and damayat at nakalathwa al ashar yataza lawa shama hagarawal lawa Yahweh lamatawaf abath yakum that the Nakawa, verse 55. Wa'am la'a dawa reyashwa yashabia harataza mapa. Let me see, make sure that's right. Yeah. Mapa na yakam Yahweh ashar slaki the wath. Okay, the wath Yarawa Maham Lasha Kayam Ba'ayana Yakum. Ba'ayana Yakum. Ba'ayana Yakum. Okay. Lamataza na Nam. Bataza de Yakum. Yeah. Bataza de Yakum. Bataza Rawa. Athakam. Al. Rataza Shar Atham. Yasha Bayam. Ba. Verse 56. Alright. Yahayaha Kashar Dama Yathya La Aisha Wath Lahom Aisha Lakam. Alright. Numbers chapter 34 verse 1. This thing's acting crazy. Alright, here we go. Waya Debar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, La Amar, verse 2. Tazawa, Ath, Manya, Yashala, Wa Marath, Alahom, Kaya, Atham, Bayam, Al, Rataza, Kana'ain, Za'ath, Rataza, Ashar, Hagal, Lakam, Kanakala, Rataza, Bana'ain, Laga, Balathia. Yeah, Laga, Balathia. Verse 3. Wahayaha, Lakam, Pa'af, Nagab, Mama Debar, Tazawa, Al, Yadaya, Adawam, Wahaya, Salaki, Yahweh. No, it's Yahayaha, Wahayaha, Lakam, Gabawal, Nagab, Makotazaha, Yom, Hamalaka, Quarama, Salaki, Kodama. I believe verse 4. Wanasab, Lakam, Hagabawal, Managab, Lama La, Iqua Rabium, Bar, Tazana, Wahayaha. So like that word keep catching me up. Dawatazaaf Yum Yawa. Hawatazaaf Yawa. Managab La Kodash Baranai Wayataza Hatazara Hataraza Adar Waibar Itazamana. These names in here. Numbers chapter 33, starting at verse 54. And ye shall drive the land by lot for an inheritance among your families, and to move, Salaki, and to the more ye shall give the more inheritance, and to the fewer ye shall give the less inheritance. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth. According to the tribes of your fathers ye shall inherit. Verse 55. But if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land before you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes, and thorns in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein ye dwell. That's because we're supposed to be separate. You understand? The Lord told the children of Israel to be separate. And they were commanded to go in there and get rid of all the inhabitants. And he said the ones that we didn't get rid of will be thorns in our sides. Just like today, these other nations are thorns in our sides because of our disobedience. You understand? Verse 56. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. Numbers chapter 34, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan, which with the coast thereof. Verse 3. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin along by the coast of Edom, and your south border shall be the outmost coast of the salt sea eastward. Verse 4. And your border shall turn from the south to the ancient to the ascent of Akrabim, and passed on to Zin. And the going forth thereof shall be from the south to Kadesh Barnea, and shall go on the Hazar Radar, and pass on to Asmon. Numbers chapter 34, verse 5. Get there in here. Oops, it went back out. All right, 34, verse 5 in the Hebrew. Wanasab Hagabawal Ma'ai Taza Mawan Nakala Matazarayam Matarazayam. It's Egypt. Wahayawa Dawatazath Yawa. Yeah. Dawatazath Yawa. Yawa. Hayama, verse 6. Wagabawal, Yam, Wahayaha. Yeah. Wahayaha, Wahayaha, Lakam, Hayam, Hagadawal, Wagabawal, Za, Yaha, Lakam, Gabawal, Yam, verse 7. Waza, Yaha, Lakam, Gabawal, Tazapawan, Man, Hayam, Hagadal, Datawa, Lakam, Hahar, verse 8. Mahar, Datawa, Laba'a, Hamath, Wahayawa. So like Yahweh, no, Wahayawa, Wahayawa, Dawa Tazaath, Hagabal, Tazadad, verse 9. Wayatazah, Hagabal, Zagarana, Wahayawa, Dawa Tazaath Yawa, Hawa Tazaath Yawa, Katazara, Ayanawa, Za, Yahweh, Lakam, Gabawal, Tazapoan, verse 10, Waha, the hold on, Wahath the Wayathum, Wahath Wayathum, Wahathiathum, Wahath Wayathum, Lakam, Laga Bawal, Quadama, Makwatazara, Ayanan, Shapama, verse 11. Wayarad, Hagabal, Mashapam, Harabal, Harabal, Makodam, La'ayawan, Wayarad, Hagabawal, Wamaka, Al, Kadap, Yam, Kanarath, Quadama. Alright, Numbers chapter 34, verse 5 in English. And the border shall fetch a compass from Asman unto the river of Egypt, and the goings out of it shall be at the sea. Verse 6. And as for the western border, ye shall even have the great sea for a border. This shall be your west border. Verse 7. And this shall be your north border. From the great sea ye shall point out for you Mount Hor. Verse 8. From Mount Hor ye shall point out your border unto the entrance of Hamath, and the goings forth of the border shall be Zedad. Verse 9. And the border shall go on to Ziphron, and the goings out of it shall be at Hazarenan. This shall be your north border. Verse 10. And ye shall point out your east border from Hazarenan to Stephon. Verse 11. And the coast shall go down from Stephon to Riblah, and Salakia on the east side of Ain, and the border shall descend and shall reach unto the side of the sea of Shinnereth eastward. Alright. Numbers chapter 34, verse 12. Get there in the Hebrew. Wayarad, Hagabawal, Hayaradana, Wahayawa, Dawatazathya, Yawa, Yam, Hamalaka, Za'ath, Dahayaha, Lakam, Harataza, Lagabalathya, Sabayab. Verse 13. Salakia. Verse 13. Wayatazawa, Masha, Af, Banya, Yasha'ala, Lamar, Za'ath, Harataza, Ashar, Dathakalawa, Tha'ah, Salakia, Af, Bagarala, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Lathasha'ith, Hamatawath, Wakatazayat, Hamata, verse 14. Kaya, Lakwa, Kawa, Mata, Banya, Hara, Wabniya, Hara Wabniya, Harabniya, Laba Yath, Abatham, Wamata, Banya, Hagadaya, Laba Yath, Abatham, Wakatazaya, Mata, Manasha, Lakwakan, Lakakwa, Nakwalatham, Nakalatham, verse 15. Shanya, Hamatawath, Wakatazaya, Hamata, Lakwakawa, Nakalatham, Ma'aibar, Lariadan, Lariadan, Yarakawa, Quadama, Mazaraka, Mazaraka, verse 16. I think I'm stopping at 18. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, La'amar, verse 17. Allah, Ama, Salaki, Shamawath, Nashyam, Ashar, Yanakalawa, Lakam, Ath, Harataza, Alaizar, Hakahan, Waya Hawashai, Joshua, let's see, Hawashai, Waya Hawashai, Ban, Nawan, verse 18. Wana Shaya'a, Akkad, Nashaya'a, Akkad, Mamata'a, Dakwawa, Lanakala, Ath, Harataza. Alright, in the English. Numbers chapter 34, verse 12. And the border shall go down to Jordan, and the goings out of it shall be at the salt sea. This shall be your land with the coast thereof round about. Verse 13. And Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, which the Most High commanded to give unto the 9 tribes and to the half tribe. Verse 14. For the tribe of the children of Reuben, according to the house of their fathers, and to the tribe of the children of Gad, according to the house of their fathers, have received their inheritance, and half the tribe of Manasseh shall receive their inheritance. Verse 15. The 2 tribes and the half tribe have received their inheritance on this side, Jordan, near Jericho, eastward toward the sun rising. Verse 16. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, 17. These are the names of the men which shall divide the land unto you, Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun. Verse 18. And ye shall take 1 prince of every tribe to divide the land by inheritance. O time Christ. Alright, Imadium, which means to stand. Well, just me up here, Salakia, my bad. Just me up here, Salakia. That's my bad. I got you like you're playing Simon Says. Alright. La Yashala. Alright. Imadium, which means to stand. Upon Yaquadam, which means turn and face the east. That's this way. We're going to close out with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malabaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nadanlanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, Basalak Lanawa, Kawa Wap Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawa Wap Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabaya Nawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, La'aiwalamyam, Aman. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakat, the power. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Baba Kashah, Nathan Lanawa, Hakat, Barapa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Madawa, Hakat, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakat, Lahakwiyam, Hamathium, Hakat, Arakawaf, Hatama'ala, Lagar Shan, by Hashem Yahushai, the Wada Aman, in English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 of the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Waratazah, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyinka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaika, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabaaka, Maida, Wa'ai, Awalam, Aman. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayalaka, Al Thakarash, Wa Al Thashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awayabiaka, Yahama Yawan, Wamashanayaka, Nashaawa, Ra'ash, Al Amaka, Yamrayama, Sawad, Wayatayai Tazawa, Al Tazat Pawanyaka, Armawa, Lakawa, Wanakakiram, Magoya, Wala'ah, Yazakar, Sham Yashala, Aiwad, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, La, Yakadwa, Auyaka, Barayaf, Yakarafwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashamaoyam, Wawaba, Wahagaryam, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashap, I'm Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hiawa, Zarwai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadium, Kasayasara, Kayabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayandara, Hayawa, Daman, La Dama, Shayadama, Nadayamawa, Kairab, Wakazaba, Wakazabat, Wakatazamanai, Kal Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Nawaf, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatama, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Rakab, Kaash, Debaar Yaira, Wakalahaba, Delahat, Haryam, Khan, Deradapma, Basaarka, Wabasawapathka, Debahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwawan, Waya Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Baawa, Idi, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'aiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Al, Yawan, Al, Kal, Rataza, Aman. In the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asa also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zed. Yea, all the princes as Zabah, and as Zamunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded, and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So be it. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Me Yaka'ala, Wa Alahayim, Wa Tazabya, Alawap Yahana, Halawapyam, Hasaranyam, Hakatazayanyam, Hakayayayam, Wa Hagwakyam, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman, in English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel, in the Hebrew. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Waha, by Yat Saparium, Barak, Rapah, Magan, Hagan, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. What we just said was, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Prayer of the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, Skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. Sar, which means to turn. Yashabi. Be seated. Alright. It's like Ahmadu. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Ahmadu, Barak, Yahba Shimi Asha. I'm going to say it to you. No, you too wild. Yahba Shimi Asha Brakatah.
Yahweh Shimi Brakatah Brakatah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim. Yahweh Shai. Barak. Atah. All right. Yajim Atah. Class dismissed.